What do you imagine is there? What's your first impression?
Like dried mud.
Mud? And as you look into this mud, can you see it? Are you wearing any shoes or are you barefoot?
Barefoot.
You're barefoot. Looking at those feet, how old do you feel? Just see a number come to mind.
21.
You're 21. And I want you to use your all-knowing senses now. To use your all-knowing senses. And tell me, are you male or female? What energy do you feel?
Female.
You're female. So is it day or night where you are?
Day.
It's daytime. And if you're 21 years old, you'll know what people call you in that life. What's the first name that comes to mind?
Freya.
Freya. Good morning, Freya. Thank you for working with us today. Freya, it's important that you've come across this past life memory for us so that we can discover just what is happening and the connection with this life. So Freya, look around. You tell me it's daytime and you're in the mud. Look around and describe your landscape to me. Where are you?
Like a dusty town.
A dusty town. And what are you doing in that place? Look around. How do you feel about that place? Is it home?
I think it's somewhere to just go and get some, like a market or something, to go and get something.
Okay. But if you're 21 years old, you'll know what country you're living in. I just want you to see the map of the world, and as you go down and down and down, what country do you settle at?
Some sort of like Egyptian style, like somewhere around there.
And in a moment I'm going to tap you on the forehead, and when I tap you on the forehead you're going to see some numbers, and that's going to be the year of this lifetime. So when you're ready, 3, 2 and 1. What year is it?
I've got 100 BC.
100 BC. So Freya, as you're walking around now, as you're looking around this market, what have you come to the market for? Are you buying or are you selling?
Buying, I think.
You're buying. What is it that you're buying, Freya?
Maybe some sort of fabric.
Fabric. So what is it that you do? What is your work? And as you make that connection, I want you to visualise, make that intention to be shown what it is that you do in that life.
I think I work for somebody,
Mm-hmm.
so I think I'm just bringing stuff for them.
So you're like a servant?
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. So now what I want to do is I want to go to the place where you work. So as you follow my voice, I want you to follow that intention. And the more I talk, you go drifting and floating now to the place where you work. 3, 2 and 1. Be there. So where is this place that you work? Is it inside or out?
I'm outside, but it's kind of, there is some sort of sheddy thing.
Mm-hmm. And who is it that you work for? Bring them forward and describe them to me. Are they male or female?
Male.
This male, how does he treat you?
Fair. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And as you look at this male and look into his eyes, with the eyes being the windows to the soul, I want you to totally focus now on those eyes and go in deeper and deeper so you can telepathically communicate with his soul. And tell me, is that man in your life today?
No.
He's not. Mm-hmm. So do you have family in that life, Freya?
I don't think so.
No family. hmm So what I want to do now is go forward, and we can stay in the same life on the same timeline, or if it ends shortly we'll jump to another one. So we want to go forward now. So I want you to close that scene like you're flicking the switch of a remote control. Drifting and floating forward now to another time, another significant time when something is happening to you. So I'm going to count from 3 to 1, and when I get to 1 you're going to be there. So 3, drifting and floating, getting even closer to a more significant time. 2, nearly there, and 1. So how old do you feel that you are now, Freya?
15.
You're 15. So have you gone back in time, or is this another life? Look at your body and tell me, is it the same?
Different.
It's different. So are you male or female in that life?
I think male.
You're male. So what do they call you in that life?
John?
John. John, I want you to look around and tell me, are you in or out?
In.
You're inside. Describe to me this place that you're inside. What does it look like? What do you...
I can't really see anything but like light from a door, but I can't see the door. It's just like a sort of a square light shape.
And what do you do, John, in that life? Why are you in that room?
I think I can't get out of the room.
So what I want to do is I want to go back in time to just before you were in that room. So let's just reverse back and back and back to just before the time that you were in that room. Be there now and tell me what's going on.
I think it's like it's a bit hectic in some sort of village, and it's just all a bit hectic.
Hectic in the village. So have you chosen to stay in that room, or have you been put in that room?
I think I've been put in that room. I feel a bit panicky.
Put in the room. Who put you in that room? See the person who put you in that room.
Some man, I don't recognise him.
Do you think he's put you in there for your safety?
No.
Are people looking for you?
No.
What is the purpose? You'll just know what the purpose is. Why has he shoved you in that room?
It just feels like a bit of a disregard. I don't...
Okay. So, knowing that you can use all your senses and you're an observer of the scene, I want you now to observe that village and tell me what is happening in that village then. You say it's hectic.
It feels like it's kind of being... I don't know if raided is the right word, but it feels like there's a group of some kind of terroristy type of thing that are just... It doesn't feel like it's got a purpose, it just feels a bit...
So you feel that, there's a warning there and there's this group coming, yeah?
Yeah.
And do you have any family in that life, John?
I feel like I've got a mum, but I don't know where she is.
You don't know where she is. So how long have you been working for this man then? Do you work for this man, or has he just thrown you into this room?
No, I think he was just one of the people that came in.
Came into the room and then
I think he was one of the terrorist kind of people.
And he's thrown you into a room. What do you imagine he's going to do to you?
Just leave me here.
All right. So in actual fact he's placed you in a safe place.
Yeah.
So let's go and visit your mum then. So as I continue to speak, I want you to follow your timeline, drifting and floating, making an intention to connect with your mother. And does she live in the same village as you?
Yeah.
And as you see your mum there, what colour hair does she have?
Mousy brown.
And what colour eyes does she have?
Hazily, I think it's my sister.
Is it your sister in this life?
Yeah.
So your mum is your sister,
Mm.
is your sister today. Very good. And so do you not have any brothers or sisters?
Maybe a sister.
Let's go and find that sister. See yourself walking around until you come across your sister there. What kind of connection do you have with your sister? Is it a good match?
Yeah.
How old is she?
5.
She's 5. What did people call her in that life, John?
I've got Maisie in my head, but I don't know if that's because I've got Maisie. It looks
Just
like Maisie.
Just the first impression. Yeah. So I want you to ask the spirit a question now, because you've got the message of Maisie. Is Maisie having that life with her in that lifetime as John and this lifetime here? Has she come to work together again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that is Maisie today. Very good. So what's the purpose of you bringing me to this scene where the village is raided?
I think, is it appreciation maybe? We haven't got anything. It's all gone.
So, but you would now appreciate
I think so, yeah.
your freedom. What I want to do now is I want to close that scene. And Joanna, what I want you to do is to take me to the last day of your life. So you're going to be an observer, free from any pain, fear or emotion on the last day of your life. So close that scene now and allow your mind to drift and wander, floating forward on that same timeline, heading towards the last day of your life so that we can evaluate your purpose and what you achieved. So when you're ready, 3, heading closer and closer now to that past life, 2, to the last day of that life, and 1, be there now. And describe to me, are you in or out there?
In.
You're in. And describe to me what's happening around you.
Nothing. I'm in a sort of cavey kind of thing. And I'm old. I am old.
Yeah? Are you alone?
I'm alone, yeah.
Yeah.
But quite happy being alone, I think.
Is this somewhere where you've gone to pass over?
Yeah.
So you're making peace with yourself?
Yeah.
Well, what I want you to do now is I want you to take a nice deep breath in as John. And as you breathe out, I want you to step to one side so that you can actually step out of the body and be that observer about 3 foot above the body so that we can carry on. And as you're looking down at John as that role that you played there, tell me, what was the purpose of your contract in that life? What did you want to achieve?
Not really sure.
Do you feel that he had a good life?
Yeah. Hard but good.
Good life. Well, now, as you're detached and out of the body, it's normal at this time for someone to come to collect you. And that could be a person, a colour, an energy. Could be absolutely anything, and the more I talk, the closer and closer that thing will come to be by your side to take you back to spirit. And as I continue to talk to you, it's getting even closer. So tell me, what's in front of you now that's come to take you home?
An energy.
An energy. Does this energy have a colour?
Like just bright white.
Mm-hmm. Bright white. What I want you to do is, I want you to step into that energy. So feel yourself now just floating forward, drifting, and be totally absorbed by that energy. And as you embrace that energy, describe how you're feeling now.
Just light.
Mm-hmm. Well, now what I want you to do, I want to have permission to come with you, and I want this white light to take you to where you need to go next. Some people go to their soul family, other people go to different planets. So as I continue to talk now, just feel yourself now beginning to float upwards with this white light energy, totally protected, as you soar up and up and up, as you're soaring up and out of the atmosphere now, leaving those past life memories behind, drifting and floating to where you're going to be next. And I'm going to count now 3, 2, 1, 3, getting closer to where you need to be now, 2, and 1. So where is this energy taking you?
I don't really see anything, just space really.
Space. So as you're drifting and floating through space, I want you to have a sense and a knowing. Do you feel that you are a soul gliding through space on your own, or do you sense that there's others around you?
Others, I think.
So there's other energy. Mm-hmm. And all I want you to do now is to connect with your own energy, to get comfortable with your own vibration. And you tell me that there's other energy around you. How many other soul energies are there? Is there 2, 10, 100? What's your first impression?
Maybe 3 to 5.
3 to 5 energies. Mm-hmm. And are you all drifting and floating around together?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I want you to communicate mind to mind and soul to soul with these energies and ask them, what is it we're doing here?
We're going somewhere.
You're going somewhere. So what I want you to do now is I want you to see yourself heading towards that place. Mm-hmm. And as you're heading towards that place, out of this whole group, which is the soul that you are affiliated to more than the most, who do you connect with most out of those energies?
I've got one that I can sort of see the most, to my left.
To your left? Yeah. And is that a white energy or is it something different?
Yeah, it's white. Like an orby type of thing.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of relationship do you imagine that you have with this soul energy?
Like a friend.
A friend. Mm-hmm. So feel yourself now, the whole team, floating, drifting forward to that next step. And ask your friends, where are you going? What do they say?
It looks like Earth, the picture I'm getting. Looks like green.
Mm-hmm. So head towards that space now. See yourself now getting closer and closer towards that space, that landscape. And as you drop down lower and lower, you can feel the energy of that place around you, how it alters your vibration. And tell me, what is this green space all about? What does it mean to you and your group?
It's like a rest space.
Oh, so you're resting. Mhm. I'd like you to look to your soul family there and ask them, is there a message that they want you to bring back? What message do they give you as you're communicating with them?
Sort of be yourself.
Be yourself. Mm-hmm. So to empower this self-doubt that she has.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, now that we've got the message from them, what I want you to do is to close that scene now. To close that scene, and then what I want to do is I want to talk to your inner self. So now, Katie, all I need you to do is take a nice deep breath in. That's right, and step away from your body and allow your inner self, your subconscious mind, all those thoughts and memories, just allow it to come forward, to connect. I want you to choose your throat. So when you're ready, 3, 2 and 1. Inner self, do you feel that you're a female energy or a male energy?
Female.
Female. Do you have a name? What can I call you?
Just see the letter M.
M. Mm-hmm. If I call you M, will that be fine?
Yeah.
How long have you been living and working with my client? Is it this life or is there more?
More.
More? How many more?
I've got a long time. I've got like 2,000 coming. I don't know if that's years or.
So what is it that you're working on with her? What is it that she's working on?
Helping
Helping?
other people.
Helping others, yeah? This job that she does now then, has she had similar roles in the past?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Describe one of those similar roles to me that she had in the past.
Some sort of apothecary sort of role, I think.
Apothecary role. Mm-hmm.
It's like making herbs or making, I want to say potions.
Yeah. Okay. So what I want to do now at this stage in this session is I want to do a body scan. So let's start at the top of the head, working at the top of the scalp with your X-ray vision. I want you to go in there, and we're just looking for any energy that we can work with, or any energy that no longer serves her that we can release. So when you're ready, start at the top of the head now. Going into the scalp, down those cheekbones, that's right. Around the backs of the ears. And all the way around that neck area. And the shoulders. All the way down into the heart centre. And as we go down into the tummy, check those hips from the left to the right. As we go down the thighs, to the knees, all the way down to the toes, and then let's go back up again. So having scanned the body, is there something that we can work on today that's maybe a little bit out of line?
Throat area, there's like a blockage.
Mm-hmm.
And the chest area,
Yeah. Guess
sort of
that's
top of the tummy to the middle of the chest. More on the right side, I would say.
Mm-hmm. So near the heart centre.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I felt. So this blockage in the throat area, does it feel hard, heavy, dull?
Yeah, it's quite dense.
It's dense. Mm-hmm. So is it to the left, the right, or is it in the centre?
Centre.
It's in the centre. So I'm going to connect with that energy. Mm-hmm. And as all energy is consciousness, I want this energy to have a voice today. So when you're ready, I want you to connect and speak to me. So when you're ready, 3, 2 and 1. Energy, what are you doing in the throat there?
Stuck.
You're stuck? How long have you been stuck there in the throat?
A few years.
How did you get there? What happened?
It built up.
It built up? Explain to me how it built up.
It's negativity that sort of created it. Created the build-up.
Negativity created the blockage.
Yeah.
And what symptoms is it causing her now?
I think just more emotional symptoms more than physical.
Tell me these emotional symptoms. Does that have also an effect of her weight?
No, it's more unsure of herself.
Oh, so it's self-doubt. But now you've been highlighted, we can release that energy today, because that no longer serves you, does it?
No.
So I'm going to come forward now, and I'm going to connect with that energy. This energy goes quite deep, doesn't it? Down the throat there. I can feel that. Just waiting till I've got a good hold. What I want you to do, now, I want you to go down into this throat area, and I want you to just roam around, knowing now that we've got all this memory. We know exactly where it is, and we're going to pull it up like pulling up the weeds in the garden. And what I want you to do now is to go round and begin to pull out all those memories. See you pulling them out now. It's done its job. It's time to go back up to source to be released. See yourself pulling them up and pulling them up and bringing them into my hand, because my hand is like a magnet, and the more I talk, the stronger my hands become, and all this negative memory has no choice but to just raise itself, lift itself, bringing up gently into my hand. Have I got all of that now?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to offer that to the universe and source and send it back to light. So what shall we replace in that throat area that would suit my client today?
Positivity.
Positivity. So as I place my hands now, I'll call on Archangel Gabriel, the angel, the messenger, to bring forward all the positive affirmations of I am enough. Of love, of confidence. Just see all those words now floating and drifting in as if they're coming on a line, and they're just pouring into your throat now. And what I want Archangel Gabriel to do now is, I want Archangel Gabriel to go to the area where you activate your throat chakra, and see him turning that knob, that volume higher and higher, raising your awareness. And as he turns it, notice how much more self-confidence that you have, how much more self-esteem, how much more I am enough. And see you glowing now with confidence and love. And I'm going to tap on the forehead and build that in. So you say that, I'll just write